Hi everybody, I am Chad here with Hallo, and today we are going to talk about preparing yourself for your dream job. And even if you're going to be speaking your native language in your dream job, English can be very helpful in helping you getting there and also helping you once you're there. Knowing English can help you connect to people across the world, and it's something that companies are starting to value more and more as we see a more global economy. Here at Hallo, we've put together several courses that are designed to help you improve your English ability. And this course today is one that I personally really like. It's why I wanted to share it on our YouTube channel, because it's preparing yourself to get your dream job. And honestly, what can be more fulfilling than that? So in a recent video, I talked about how more and more companies are looking to hire people in different countries from across the world. And certainly that is going to be the case. There's going to be a lot of job opportunities out there internationally, but I do think a requirement is going to be at least a basic command of English. But even if you don't want to work for an international company, you just want to stay in your own country, I've also seen how English can be a huge help even to those who remain in their own country and are just working for a domestic company. In today's day and age, companies can be interconnected. They're doing a lot of international business, and it's a competitive advantage to know English to help you get the job that you want. And certainly English is not the only part of it. There's a lot of pieces that come into finding your dream job. And one thing that I think people don't spend enough time doing is really thinking for themselves what they want. Not what they feel like they should do, not what their parents might want, not what they think society might want, but really finding out for themselves what they want and what they would be good at. And so one thing that can be very helpful for people in figuring out what they like, what they're good at, is a personality test. I personally took a personality test from a website called 16personalities.com. And it was really interesting after taking the test because I felt like the test was spot on. Felt like it knew things about me that maybe I hadn't realized about myself. And what was really cool is it even gave an indicator of what careers I might be good at or what careers I might like. I think personality tests help us just identify ourselves a little bit more. Are you introverted? Are you extroverted? Do you like working with people? Do you like solving problems? Yeah, and some of those answers are things you already know about yourself, but a personality test somehow helps you organize that a little bit better. For me, I realized I'm an introvert, which I kind of already knew, but I also found out that I had some extrovert tendencies. So that means that I don't want to work in a job that's completely by myself, but I also value my alone time. So in taking a personality test, you can discover a little more about yourself. And I'd encourage you to think about what you want. Again, I mentioned it before, I think often in life we get caught up in thinking what's the thing I should do or what's the thing somebody else wants me to do. But really the way to find your dream job is by following your own dream and by not following somebody else's. So at Hallo we have kind of a motto. It's called Dream Big, and that's something we encourage all of our English students to do, and it's something that we encourage everybody who works there to do, is to dream big. So Steve Jobs was the founder of Apple and really changed the way that we view a lot of technology, invented a lot of very powerful technology, a very creative, smart individual. I just want to share this clip with you.
Once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
So I just think that's absolutely incredible. I had a friend send me that a few years back, and I just remember thinking that it kind of changed my perspective, changed my worldview. Anything that has been created was created by a person like me, a person like you, and that really gives me a ton of hope, a ton of encouragement to dream big, right? To have big ambitions. You know, everything that's in this world around us, you know, the couch that I'm sitting on, the computer that I use, the camera that I'm filming on, they were all built and created by people who probably aren't that different than me. So if there's something that I want to do, something big that I want to create, why can't I do it? The answer is I can. And the answer is the same for each of you. So I would encourage you to have big dreams, have big goals, find out what excites you, what motivates you. So this next topic, though, you might think is a little bit opposite. You might think that I'm contradicting myself. but I don't think I am, and I would encourage you to be honest with yourself. And what I mean by being honest with yourself is identify your strengths and identify your weaknesses. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're good at everything and that you're perfect at everything, because nobody is. So I want you to have confidence. I want you to dream big, but I also want you to be truthful with yourself about what you're good at, what needs improvement. So for example, I'm a big fan of soccer, as we call it here in America, and I watch a lot of soccer. I really enjoy playing it. I'm not particularly very good at soccer, and at this point, it seems very unlikely that I would ever become a professional soccer player between my age, my skill level, and so on. But if I love soccer, let's say it's my dream to pursue some kind of career related to soccer, I'll be honest with myself that I'm probably never going to be able to play for Manchester United, and I'm probably not really going to be able to play on any professional level at all. But does that mean that I can't have a career in soccer? No, it absolutely does not. So I may not be the greatest soccer player, but I'm pretty good at making YouTube videos. I'm pretty good at solving problems. So maybe I can make a YouTube channel about my favorite soccer team. Maybe I can actually work for my favorite soccer team as an analyst, solving problems for them on the business side or something. I fully believe that's possible, and I fully believe that as we're honest with ourselves and as we identify our strengths and weaknesses, we can still pursue the dream career that we want. Just because I'm not as fast as Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't mean that I can't have a career in soccer. Identify what you are good at and identify where you can succeed. And if there's areas that you need to improve yourself in those areas. And while we're talking about improving yourself, one way that you can improve yourself, and maybe the biggest way that you can help yourself find your dream job, is by establishing good habits. And establishing good habits can actually be kind of hard to do, but there's a really important thing to focus on here. I think often when we have big dreams, we think, well, today I have to make a giant step towards that dream. I have to do something so big today. I have to make this improvement so quickly. But life and pursuing your dream job, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're not running as fast as we can. We're progressively getting better and better and better to reach our goals. So when we're first trying to start a new habit, it can be too much too soon. If I haven't been exercising at all, and I set a goal like, hey, I'm gonna run 5 miles every day, and I'm starting tomorrow, I'm gonna run 5 miles. Maybe that's too much too soon. And honestly, maybe my goal for day one should be, hey, I'm gonna get a pair of running shoes, and I'm gonna get my clothes, and I'm gonna lay them out so that tomorrow I can go for a run. Or I could say, hey, maybe I'm not quite ready to run yet. I'm gonna just walk around my neighborhood, right? Or hey, I'm gonna go out and run, and I'm gonna run for 30 seconds. And then the next day, I'm gonna run for 35 seconds. And then the next day, 40 seconds. The point is, it doesn't matter how big you start, because often when we start too big, we get discouraged. But when we start somewhere small, and then every day we improve, before we know it, we're where we want to be. And yes, there's probably gonna be days where we forget, or there's days where we mess up. It's really important, in my opinion, to not get discouraged. Don't feel bad, don't get down on yourself. If you got it wrong today, just try to get it right tomorrow. So there's a lot of different kind of like phrases and expressions in English that talk about if you fall off the horse, then you get back up and get on. And it's the same thing with habits. You're not gonna be perfect every day. Don't expect yourself to be. So one thing that can be really helpful as you're establishing habits is using a trigger as a reminder. So a trigger is just something that kind of pushes our thoughts a certain way. So let's say reading a book every day for 10 minutes is a new habit that I'm trying to start. So maybe what I would do in order to remember is that I would set my book on the kitchen table so that when I go to have breakfast, my book is right there. Using triggers can be a powerful reminder and make sure that we keep up with our habits. Doing something like finding your dream job is a really, really big thing. So don't put too much pressure on yourself to find it right away, to get everything right immediately. What I found out in my life is that a lot of times that half the fun of something is the process. What I found out in my life that often the most fun I have in doing something is the process of doing. I think the process of finding your dream job can be fun, it can be fulfilling, and it can be almost just as good as finding your dream job maybe. If you're interested in learning more about finding your dream job, we have a great course on it at hallo.tv. Check it out. Comment below if you know what your dream job is. I'd love to hear it and love to hear how you're progressing towards it. Thanks, we'll see you next time.